Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Muffin and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your girl's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. I will tell you that Muffin responds better to praise and an occasional treat than she does to correction, and Brandy has used a lot of positive reinforcement with her. Now she's sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Muffin heel. Now at this point, Muffin has a job to do, and that is to stay next to you when walking. So if you're walking in the neighborhood and you stop to cross the street, she should sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And you can tell to look at her, the tail is up and wagging. She's not feeling intimidated or scared. She's focused on Brandy, and she's not getting a treat every time. That's one of the things that you have to remember. The other thing that you have to remember with her is that if you're walking her to go to the bathroom, you're going to change to your other collar and give her a chance to sniff and do her business. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes, and this helps to develop focus. So she needs this. Even though she's an older dog and she's very, very sweet, she had no idea of self-control. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her, returning all the way back to heel where they started. She stops at her shoulders and she gives her another command. Nice automatic sits. Now these commands are to be practiced in your home, and your home is big enough to practice indoors as well as outdoors. And if you want good indoor manners, practice your obedience indoors as well as outdoors. If the kids are at school or taking a nap, that's a great time to spend time with her, doing a good positive thing that she gets praised for, and it works her mind. And she tends to be a little bit flighty. She's a real dog in that little body. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Brandy's going to demonstrate the come on command. She should come right in and sit, no jumping all over you. And then back to heel and back sitting. Good job. We're trying to get our videos in today before these thunderstorms and 60-mile-an-hour winds that they're calling for down here at the shore. So we wanted to get Muffin on video for you doing her work. She's learned a lot. She enjoys doing it. If you speed up or slow down when you're walking with her, she should do the same. Brandy walks out to the end of her leash and she turns to face her. She's going to use her name and she's going to call her in. We use a happy voice, and Brandy gave her a treat, but she still did not jump up, and then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are our series of down commands. These are important exercises to practice right in your home. When she comes home tomorrow, Rich is going to have a packet of information for you that he's going to go over as far as her housebreaking is concerned. She's done great here. Now with your dog seated at your left, this is your down from a heel position. You take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay when you're practicing at home, you're going to work up to 5 minutes. This is an important exercise for self-control. I mean, she's a squirrel hunter. She's a dog that has been able to just run outside all day. And now we're changing up everything. Brandy returns back to her and stops at her shoulders. And she's going to demonstrate that command again for us. Good. You heard Brandy say no, down, when she didn't go down right away. She's looking at something, and the trees are moving. It's windy, and I think she thinks there's squirrels up there. Now this time Brandy will call her out of that downstay, and you're gonna practice in the beginning, especially practice indoors where there's little distraction and you're not being challenged constantly to try to keep her focused until you get more confident in getting her to do the commands for you. And she's smiling. She's very proud of herself. Now, the last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is her down from a distance. So with your dog seated, you leave her in a stay. You turn to face her.
Down. Stay.
Very good. Now, we have demonstrated for you all of Muffin's formal on-leash obedience commands. Again, Rich will go over a lot of scheduling and crate training and things that you're going to do at home to make your life easier with her. And we've enjoyed having her. She's a blast. Brandy's going to groom her up for you this afternoon. We've had a lot of fun with your little girl, and she's been very, very good. And we will see you real soon. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.